As the old saying goes from Warren Buffett, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. But what about when the market is just neutral? Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And today, for the first time since November 7th, the market is neutral. We are not in fear. So that is a little victory we can all chalk up to ourselves because in the last 6 months, or at least since August, we have only been out of fear for a 2 week period. Otherwise, we have been in fear and extreme fear since August. So we have officially popped out of it. And here we go. We can see that right here on this little graph that they've got going over here on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. And you could see that when we fell out in August from neutral to extreme fear. And this is all fear. This 43 level is fear. The one time we got out of it was right here in October, hung out in neutral. Then November 5th, back into fear, extreme fear, extreme fear, fear. And look at that breakout. So that is quite interesting, and we'll see how long that gets sustained for. I'm not sure, but hopefully we are out and we are gone from fear. Now, a big question that people have right now is, what do I do? I don't know what to do. Like, do I need to be selling? Do I need to be buying? What is it that I need to be doing? And well, that's a really difficult question to answer. It's very easy for me to say, hey, I'm buying when we were in extreme fear and in fear. But before we dive deeper into this, let me give you that thing that you all love to hear. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not investment advice. And if you need investment advice, you should contact a licensed financial advisor. All right, got that out of the way. Sorry, guys, I got to do it because, if there's 1% of people who are listening to me and they don't know it, well, do the math. 1%, that's quite a few people. So, got to say it. All right, now, what do we do? The market is now neutral. The market is off the lows. What do we do? I think it's all really just going to depend on, are you in the market or are you out of the market? I've been very vocal. I'm fully in the market. I'm looking down at my desk right here. I got a couple of quarters and a couple of nickels. So, I guess I can go put those in the bank and get the rest of it in there. So right now that we're not in this extreme fear and we're not in this fear market and we've popped up off the lows, 15% or so, there's not a whole lot for me to do. It's really just kind of a sit and wait and see. But I've used that strategy. It's not the first time I've ever heard, that Warren Buffett, saying, and I can guarantee 99% of you listening right now have heard that before too. It's not your first time hearing that. But I actually use that. I think about that. And I've noticed the pattern of how when things are so extreme, when people are greedy, when people are fearful, that is usually indicative of when a reversal is coming. So we've seen that. We saw a lot of that negative sentiment. And now, hey, we get a pop-up. That's just normal. That's just how it all works. And what happens in those situations is that everybody who is going to be a seller has at that point sold. There's no one left to be a seller. And then the sellers that did sell become fearful that the price could go up and they become negative. Simple as that. So a lot of times when you see the negative comments and the people being mean and the people doing whatever, it's not because they're entered in the market and they're angry. It's because they sold and they want the price to go down, and the idea that the price could go up would make them incredibly upset. So they attack. It's a normal human emotion. I'm not saying it's acceptable and it's right or that anybody should do it, but I've seen so much of it that it's normal to me. And I use that as an indicator of when I need to be bullish. And so I've been bullish through all of it. And yeah, it's hard, but that's what gets you those best prices. And that's why we've talked about, when the time comes and a year or two from now, when people say, man, you are so lucky that you bought those prices at those prices, you could say, no way, that was not luck. Do you have any idea what I went through to get it for that price? I had to go through some torture to get it for that price. So yeah, it's just normal stuff, guys. But now we're out of that, right? Now we're out of that extreme fear, out of that anger, and now we're in this kind of slightly optimistic moment, right? We're waiting. We don't know what's going to happen. We still need another breakout to the upside. We need 25 to 26 cents, and we don't know, what is going to be coming next. So we're in neutral. So what do you do in neutral? I'll tell you you what I do. Nothing. There's just nothing to do. Anything that you do is just going to be guessing, right? And, I have a lot of people who ask me, do you do any selling? Do you do any trading? Do you ever try to get out of the tops and play little swing trades and catch them down at the bottom? And I'll answer this very simple and very quickly. The answer is no, I don't. I have very clear price targets. I've talked about those in my previous videos. I've not hidden anything from you. All those price targets that you see are the exact ones that I am going for, nothing else. So obviously I've talked about it that my first price target is in that 150 to 170 range, or $1.50 to $1.70. I do intend to sell some there. It'll be less than 10% of my portfolio. Now you may be saying, but you've talked about such bigger prices. Why would you do that? Well, the reason why I would do that is I've got stuff that I really would like to accomplish in my own personal life right now. I've mentioned it before that I do have my own business. This would help my business. This would help what pays the bills. This would help, just my financial income for my family. And that's important. So I would love to take care of that. Yeah, I'll miss the opportunity if this thing fires up to $100. I'll miss the opportunity on, that 10% of that stack, but the 90% will still keep going. But, it's just something that I'm looking for is $1.50 to $1.70. Any 30, 40, 50, 60 cent swings, I'm not touching it. I won't be touching it. So no, I don't do any type of day trading, especially not when the prices are this low. I'm really just accumulating it and preparing for the big, big, big move up. And that's the only thing I care about right now is waiting for the much bigger swing. I will take a little bit out at $1.50 to $1.70. Otherwise, we're riding this thing, the whole stack up to, $13 or whatnot. And then that would be my next point of interest. But doing any type of swing trading on 60 cents, 50 cents, stuff like that, nope, not touching it. Next, people also ask me, what exchanges do I use? Well, if you've been around through 2017, I can tell you all the ones that have been popular, at least here in the United States. We've had Poloniex, you've had Bittrex, Binance, and now Poloniex is gone for half of the United States. Binance is gone. There cannot be any focus for me of anything that isn't on Coinbase. If you're thinking about buying anything, this is what I told myself. If you're thinking about buying anything, it has to be on Coinbase. And the reason for that being is that they're working so closely with the governments. That's important. Second, they have the liquidity, they have the marketing, and they have the reputation, right? All those things are important to me. So anything that is on Coinbase, for me, is okay. I'm not saying I believe in 80 to 90% of the stuff, the coins that are on Coinbase, but it was only that I would only touch stuff if it was on Coinbase, and I would only do trading on Coinbase. Or I would only do buying on Coinbase. Excuse me. I haven't done any selling. Now, let me say this really fast too. I'm not affiliated with Coinbase. I'm not affiliated with any exchange. I have zero sponsorships, nothing. Okay, so I don't get a penny from Coinbase. I don't even have a link in the description of this video to Coinbase to get a referral fee for you signing up for there. So I have no personal interest in you signing up for Coinbase. It does absolutely nothing for me. But I do use it, and that's the only one that I consider to be good for me. I use Coinbase. That answers that question. I don't do any day trading right now. That answers that question. And when you hold a trade for less than a year and you sell it, you're subject to the short-term capital gains, whereas if you hold it for a longer period, you're subject to long-term capital gains. There's a massive difference in the amount of taxes you have to pay on that. So anybody doing day trading, everything that you're doing is being taxed at a much higher tax bracket than those who are holding it for a long time and selling it. Those people who are holding longer than a year are going to pay significantly less taxes. All right. So I got those questions out of the way. And then the answer is, so really the big question is, right? So if I'm not doing any type of trading, right, that means I'm not doing any type of selling. So if I'm not doing any type of selling, the only other question to answer is, am I doing any kind of buying right now? And the answer is not while it's in neutral. I will become a buyer again if it goes back into fear or extreme fear. But right now, we kind of get the excitement phase, right? We've been in this downtrend for so long. Now we get the excitement of, are we going up? And I guess we've been staring at this thing for long enough. So while I'm talking, I can at least keep this on and we can zoom in and take a look at it. Let's peek at it. Hard to know, guys. Hard to know. I mean, it could just be making a little bit of a bull flag here, getting ready, and that's what we are anticipating, right? We are anticipating the move up. We're looking to go here, right into the 26, 25 cent range, and then we consolidate. And maybe we don't. Maybe we just keep going. But right now, there's nothing for me to do but to sit, wait, watch, and make YouTube videos about it. But being a buyer or being a seller, well, that time is not here, or that time has already passed. So now we wait. Here, we'll take a little peek over here at Bitcoin because Bitcoin's on a rip too, right? It's not just XRP. It's a lot of these assets are really kind of, let's kind of sort them. Yeah, you've got a couple of them that are really ripping, a couple of them that aren't doing very much, and then, Bitcoin doing its thing. So let's zoom in on it a little bit. It's looking good. I mean, I know, like when we were down here is when we were just getting super bullish and then super bullish again, and it didn't look like it at the time, like a bull flag. But what about now? Looks like one to me. So we'll see it. Just come on out and see you later. Let's head back to XRP. Out of all the fractals that we've done and all the analysis that we've done, it's feeling really exciting and really just like, are we on the brink of the moment? And we are just so close to kind of getting a lot of those answers, those questions answered for us. And I mean, imagine if it is, right? What if we really are there? And we just got to let it play out for a little while. And I can tell you, I'm really excited. I do keep my emotions in check a lot when it comes to, expectations and prices. I don't really ever go in with the mindset of, oh, it's definitely doing it. I always leave a little bit of pessimism and maybe it's not. Let's keep a level head about it all, because the last thing I want to do is, just like a lot of people do, you just buy without thinking, or you make some type of decision without really thinking. So I try to keep a really level head. I still, of course, am super excited, but I keep a level head while I'm doing it all. And right now, though, oh man, it looks so good. We just need to keep moving. This little pause, this little step back, totally cool, totally fine, normal stuff. But let's get up into 25 and 26 cents, and then let's watch what happens from there, because that's where it's going to get really interesting. We're going to get to see how things are looking. We're going to get to like kind of really see if this thing is just doing some type of retrace, which the retrace would be that $1.50, $1.70 area, or if we're getting ready to like legitimately explode way higher. So that's pretty exciting to at least, I'm not saying we'll know for certain. I'm not saying it'll hit the $1.50 or anything like that, but we can watch the consolidation levels. We can watch, do we actually consolidate at the 25 or 26 level, or do we actually shoot up to 39 to 40? If we shoot up to 39 to 40, then I'm going to lean more towards that. Yeah, we're probably just doing that $1.50, $1.70 retrace, and we still have another year or two of consolidation. That's what I would think if we fired right on through 25 to 26 cents. But if we pause at that 25 to 26 cents, well, then, hey, we are still straight up following 2017. And obviously that thing would lead you way, way higher. We're looking into several dollars, maybe double-digit dollars. So we're just going to wait and see. We're going to see what happens, guys. And that's going to cover it for this video, guys. It's just kind of just a little video to just show you how the sentiment has really changed in the market suddenly. And that, I wanted to answer a couple of those questions regarding whether or not I'm doing any type of trading and where I do, get my digital assets from. So I hope you guys like the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. As always, this is not investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.